Ricky Mokel Taco Bell commercial music demo, take 14.
13. We didn't count the one where I burped, remember?
Right. Take 13, when you're ready.
Wait, okay. Do you think it should be whoo Taco Bell or Taco Bell whoo? You know what I'm saying? Whoo Taco Bell or Taco Bell whoo?
Definitely either way.
Oh. Woo! Taco Bell! What's that smell? It's Taco Bell! Huh. What's that smell? What's that smell? Huh. What's that smell? What's that smell? What's that smell? It's Taco Bell! Woo! What's that smell? It's Taco Bell. How can you tell? I love that smell. How can you tell? I love that smell. Taco Bell. Just chew it up now. Just chew it up now. Taco Bell, it's cheap as well. Yeah. And when you eat it, you can tell. Woo! You can tell. Woo! You can tell. Woo! You can tell it's Taco Bell. Push it on down your face. Push it on down your face. Push it on down your face.
I smell something. Could be Taco Bell.
Don't be rude, it's just fast food. Taco Bell. Oh. Don't be rude, it's just fast food. Jam up, blam, bling, bell. I love the smell. Push it on down your face. Jam up, blam, bling, bell. Push it on down your face.
How do you know? Well, I know about the smell.
Sí, mi amor.
It's cheap as well. I keep asking that question, but I know the answer. It's Taco Bell.
This is an announcement. They wanted me to announce some stuff. If the arm of your seat is loose, please don't wiggle it. That will only make it worse. If the arm of your seat comes off, please take it to an usher immediately and say, "This came off." If any part of your chair comes off, you can take it to an usher or to the concession stand and exchange it for a small drink. If your whole chair comes off and you can get it up there, that's a large drink. Please notice that your seat is not equipped with beverage holders. This old theater has been restored to its original 1979 condition, back when people held their own beverages. Also notice your seat does not recline, heat up, vibrate, have plug-ins for stereo headphones, satellite internet hookup. It doesn't take your blood pressure or call your doctor automatically if you have intestinal discomfort. It is just a seat. You should not expect it to solve all your problems. If your seat bottom does not flip up when you get up out of it, please tell the usher and he or she, depending on how they're built, will turn in the seat number, and somebody will have to come and torque it up. They're trying to get them all to flip up. If your seat bottom flips up while you're sitting in it, something is wrong. Either your seat has been over-torqued or your spine has give out. Well, that happens, though. No, back in June, we had a kid trapped, and nobody knew it until intermission, because the music was so loud, it was drowning them out. But when the music died down, somebody heard him, help, help. And it didn't hurt him, it just scared him. It mashed a Twizzler into his navel. And I guess he'd never had that done before. But now they say he does it himself.
The show is going to have to stop now. Well, that's you said. One of the singers has inhaled a sequence, and it's stinging his uvula, and they're going to have to water pick that out. So, it's a freak accident. This was one of those nights. I hope he doesn't have to go to the doctor. You don't want to get sick in this town. All the doctors that live here just moved here because of golf. When they're working on you, you're just something to do between holes. I know, I've spent a lot of time around doctors lately because they're doing a study down there at the hospital on the odor. And they pay me $75 a week to go down there and sniff stuff. And then they give me a pill, and I come back the next week and sniff it again. And that's $75 a week. That's cool, because most of my life I've sniffed stuff for free. They say they're having a hard time getting people to do the study too, but it seems like with all the unemployment, everybody's talking about, that people will be rushing down there to get $75 just to sniff stuff. But people are afraid, of side effects and all that. There's a lot of money to be made out there if you're not afraid. And I'm not. I'm wide open. That's what my daddy used to say to me. He'd say, "Ricky, you're wide open." I was too. When I was a kid, I was hyper. And that was back before they knew that drugs would kill it off. And they just let me be. I got some stuff done. I wasn't sitting around, boy, I was out doing stuff. Now I'm hyper, not in my body, but I'm hyper in my mind. You wouldn't believe the stuff I think about. I got a mind on me. Shoot, I could be thinking about something right now. You don't know. I get these ideas. Just I don't think most people could walk around getting the ideas that I get. Somehow I do it, but like the other day I was coming out of the dollar store with some roach motels. And this thought hit me. What if the hokey pokey really is what it's all about? And then another day, I was killing fire ants. It was just a hot summer day, and I was killing fire ants with a sledgehammer and some lawnmower gas. And I had an idea for a female laxative. It's called You Go Girl. Another day, I was on my knees in the kitchen pulling a shoelace out from the vacuum cleaner roller. You know, it sucked it up in there and had to pull it out. And right as I was doing that, I had this idea for something called the cycle of stuff. And I don't know where it come from, but I just thought, you know, when you're a teenager and you want your own stuff, and then when you're in your 20s, you get some of your own stuff. It's just not good stuff. And then in your 30s, you're sort of sad because you thought you'd have more stuff by then. And then in your 40s, you start getting a bunch of stuff. It's just still not really good stuff. And then in your 50s, you finally get some good stuff. And then in your 60s, you start getting rid of all that stuff. And then in your 70s, you try to remember where you put your stuff. And then in your 80s, you start taking other people's stuff because it reminds you of stuff you used to have. That's the cycle of stuff, you know. That could be true. You don't know. The people that think they know don't know. And the people that know they don't know, they know. That's called a thought loop. There's a lot of thought loops around. Thought loop, yeah, that's a thought that eats back on itself, you know, like a snake eating its own tail. TV causes a lot of thought loops because TV is a thought loop. You ever notice, well, if you can't follow this, don't worry about it. Because I'm faking it. But have you noticed that like almost everything on TV is about stuff that's on TV? I don't even watch it that much anymore. Watching TV is like talking to my sister-in-law because it's all about her. No matter, like, you could say, oh, I got my leg caught in a wood chipper last week. And she'd say, oh, I used to date a boy named Chet. He still calls me. You know, it's like, TV's like that. I've noticed this, though. If you sit in a room with the TV off, you can see yourself in the reflection. I put on my own shows. That's reality TV for real. The best show I come up with was called Don't Do That with That Cheeto. But my wife canceled it. Dot was watching something the other day. No, earlier this summer she was watching something. Oh, it was President Reagan's funeral, you know. And I was walking through and I had this thought. I said, Dot, you realize we've already had one president that was an actor, and now we've had 2 governors that was actors. It's only a matter of time till we have a president that was a comedian. And that'll be good. You know, he'll be giving speeches, you know, like blah, 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 blah. And, you know, more people would watch his speeches and get involved in government. And it'd make people feel good. And, you know, that'd be better than that John Kerry. That's the saddest man. He's like a Basset Hound on stilts. I just don't think he's going to fit in because everybody's TVs are getting wider this way. His head is this way. They're going to have to turn him sideways just to talk. If I worked for that dude, I'd probably get fired the first day. I'd smart off. I'd say stuff like, John, why the long face? I could be his chauffeur. I'd get in, I'd turn the rearview mirror up long ways like that. Oh, hey, I just wanted to see your whole head. Something ain't right with that dude, huh? They delivered him with the wrong tool or something. He's so rich, he could have a new head if he wanted it. And that wife of his, that ketchup woman, what? Somebody ought to turn her upside down. Get some sense out of her. I know y'all saying, well, you better make fun of President Bush now. Blah, blah. You know, I don't have to if I don't want to. I told Doc, I said, you don't want somebody like Kerry in the White House. He could hit his head on that helicopter door, and they split it open, and they find those weapons in there. At least with President Bush, you know, there's nothing behind his face. Please do not videotape the show, but you can take snapshots with the flash and everything, all you want to. A lot of these shows don't want you to do that because it, you know, blinds the dancers and it's dangerous. But here, they don't care. I guess they've been pre-blinded for your convenience. Well, they're serious about not videotaping. They don't like that at all. And but I wouldn't videotape tonight's show anyway. I just don't think it's going to be very good. There's just a lot of stuff is going wrong, and this is just one of those shows where everybody backstage is going, can you believe we're doing a show? You know? But they're not going to tell you that up front because, you know, it's all about the money. But we got a lot of new, you know, backstage tech people. And it's like a bunch of kindergartners trying to put on Ben-Hur. So if you have a cell phone in your pocket, please take it out now and break it. If it goes off during the show, one of the ushers will come down and snap your neck. If you do not have a cell phone to turn off, one will be provided. Okay, this is another excuse for them to stop the show, but the dancers have to rest. I don't know. I guess when they hired them, they were a lot younger. They're just back here laying around like a pack of beagles. So. They told me to come out here and distract y'all, so They put this on me. This is supposed to entertain y'all. This is so stupid though, because it's not even a real shirt. It's just a sleeve. That's how cheap they are. But I did this. That's my first hair gel design right there. I was just starting off slow on it because I don't want to end up looking like an idiot. Man, there's some good-looking women here tonight. There's got to be. No, I'm just teasing. I get around women. That's how I do. I cut up with them. Because you can't be serious around a woman. They don't want that. If you talk to a woman more than 5 minutes and she ain't laughed, she's got something else to do. I saw some boys at the beach the other day trying to talk to these girls. It was pitiful. They didn't know how to do it. They were being serious, talking to girls. The girls laying out on the towels and they walked up. Hey, so y'all came down to the beach? Yeah, we did too. That ain't gonna get it. If you talk to some girls, you gotta have something going on. They're like toddlers, you gotta keep them distracted. If you don't, they'll wander off, they'll start thinking about something else. You talk to some girls, you got, walk up doing a chicken walk or something, Hey. So y'all came down to the beach. Look at that, when I do this, sand kicks up. Then you got something to talk about, I'm from Georgia, and we used to go on vacation. We used to go on vacation in Panama City, Florida, and one time I was down there, and there was this girl laying out beside a styrofoam cooler. And this was back when girls used to just lay out in the sun all day long, remember, just... And she was out there, and I just, I wanted to talk to her before she burst into flames. So I walked over and I fell to my knees in front of that cooler, and my eyes rolled up in my head, and I went, oh! And I smashed my head down on that cooler like a karate dude, and just busted it, and she jumped up like, ah! And, we dated for 2 years. And then I married her. The thing is, though, however you are being when the woman starts liking you, that's how you got to keep being. So I got to act like an idiot even if I don't feel like it. But I just do stuff, just for her. Like, yesterday morning I was leaving, going out the kitchen door, and Dot, my wife Dot, was eating cereal, and there was a bowl of peanuts there on the counter, and I reached over, and it was stale, but it didn't matter. I reached over and got one, and I snuck it, put it up in my nose like that. And I said, well, bye. And then I shot it out my nose, and it hit her cereal bowl, ding, like that. And, that got her through the morning. If I didn't do stuff like that, she'd be on Prozac and... Infamil and everything else. But that's, Dot, she's got a pretty good sense of humor, I guess, except when she's got a temper too, boy. She can come after you. When Dot does that, I'll say stuff like, www, Dot, calm down. A lot of times that's the only way I can get out of, her attacks. Because if you counterattack, then you lose. So the only thing you can do a lot of times is just take a piece of cake and smash it in your own face and make her laugh. She's mad, just take the cake. Dot, she could hurt you too. Dot's in good shape. She teaches aerobics to senior citizens. What? What's up? There's a lot of people, a lot of senior citizens out there, they need somebody yelling at them to get them to move. And Dot likes, to boss people around. She likes, do this, do this, do this, do this. I don't play that, but she does it in the swimming pool. That's a job, isn't it? The first class she taught, though, was in the deep end. And a lot of them dropped out. And Dot likes it when I do my other voice, I can change up my voice, because I was born with an extra flap of skin in my throat. And if I move it over, it's like a valve. It shoots air up into a different part of my head. And, sometimes at night she'll go, do that voice. And I go, I don't want to. And she'll go, do the voice, do the voice. And I'll say stuff like,
That was England Dan and John Ford Coley with Love is the Answer on Easy 105.9.
and that's, and she'll be all over me. Well, we get along better than we used to. We used to fight all the time about everything, like that stupid commode lid up or down thing. I took it off. I can't believe we still don't know if we've got him or not. That just irritates me. One day I thought we got him, and the next day, it's like, oh, no, we didn't, and the next day we did, and then I guess we won't know for sure until we go in there and, scrape something off a brick and look at it under a microscope and see an amoeba with a little mustache on it. I think being an evil dictator is probably a lot like being a movie star. Because, I'm serious, you think about it. It's just, because everywhere you go, you see your picture yourself, and everybody kisses up to you. You got about 13 houses. You can get away with murder. And that's probably why the movie stars didn't want to go after him. It'd be like going after one of their own. I don't know, I just think about stuff. Like, those people in the Middle East, they're just so different, but different, it's good to be different. I understand that. But I just think our different is better. They're always blowing themselves up. And, we blow ourselves up, but it's just with French fries and hamburgers.
anyway, thank y'all for coming to this. This is really can't be explained. It's just happened to me. About 2 weeks ago, Tanya Tucker, she was supposed to be here tonight, and she bruised her hip. She slapped into a foosball table, and it put her on her back, and so they already had the janitors hired, and so they didn't want to lose a dime on it, so we got to do something, And they called me at home, and I just happened to be there because that's where I live, and they said, well, Ricky, will you do it? And I just, I said, well, let me call you back on that. And I never did. And it worked. What it did was it got me an increase in pay just by not answering the phone. So I know how to play the game now. Just don't answer the phone and stuff happens. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. I don't know. My son is getting older, and I haven't talked to him yet about women, but one day I'm going to sit him down. We're going to go to Hooters and we're going to have a talk. Because there's stuff you learn about them. There's stuff I've always known about them. Sometimes you're born with it and sometimes you're not. And you look around, you go like through Bilo and look around, you'll see men that wasn't born with it. You can spot them. But I know about women. I know what women like. Y'all want to know? All right. Do you want to know? Some you would love to know? Well, you are a woman, do you not know? I mean, if you don't know, how am I supposed to know?
Maybe we can figure it out.
Oh, I know what you're doing. You're testing me. That's what women do. Oh, really? That's all my teachers are always women. They just like giving tests. Let's see what you know. All right, argue with this. Women like to be touched. You just got to keep, like constant pressure on them. Like there was a wound or something. Or you don't even really have to touch them. You can just talk about it, You say, I'm going to touch you later, And then you can go pass out. And they'll think, well, he wanted to. A good woman will give you credit on stuff like that. But never do this to a woman though. I mean I'm serious. This is comedy go away on this. Never ever hit a woman. Okay, all right. Just want to get that out. It's all right. Now it's all right to make a woman flinch, It's hard to get in jail for stuff you almost did. Yeah, my wife's name's Dot, and Dot, she's it's a good name for her, Dot, because she's little. And she does everything fast. She's like a Dot, Dot. And you gotta, when she comes into the room, you gotta talk to her fast. Hey, Dot. Hey, Dot, hold up. If she had a long name, you'd be still saying it and she'd be gone. And darn Dot, that comes up a lot in our house, darn Dot. But she, when I met her, she was, had her hair huge, and she's little too. She's 4'10" and 7/8. But when she gets her hair big, depending on what part of the hair you measure, she's about 5'7". And I could tell, later on, way later on, when I, knew her, I knew found out what she was doing when she got her hair big, and it was smart because she's got a real little head, and I didn't know it distracts you, And so now, I knew it when I saw her get out of the shower, and because when she gets out of the shower, she looks like a sharp stick. But she's like, Dot, she knows this too. If she was here, I'm not saying nothing that I don't say to her face. I don't. I'll say it to her face, but I'll be behind something, Furniture's good. I tell you what gets on my nerves more than anything. She's got these weird mannerisms, like when this is the worst one, when she pulls up to a stoplight in the car, she will wait at the stoplight, look at the stoplight until like 3 or 4 seconds before it turns green, and then she'll start a project. Every time, it's like unbelievable. She's just, this will be a good time to go through my purse. And I think that's why she does it. She enjoys it, the attention of it. There's going to be fog in the show. F-O-G, fog. I don't know why they have to announce that, but I guess probably somebody freaked out one time. What is it? If you see something on stage that looks like fog, that's what it is. I don't even know the people in. Do y'all like fog that much? Because it's a hassle to pump it out. We got these fog machines back here, and they're just always breaking down, and I don't know. I bet most of the price of your ticket, most of the money from that goes to those machines. Because it sure don't go to the people. I bet I know why. Well, maybe one reason why they do it is because they don't want people from New York coming down here and seeing the show and then going back home and saying, "Oh, they didn't have no fog." New Yorkers are flat do it too, boy. A lot of the stuff we do down here is just to keep New Yorkers from criticizing us. Like paving roads and stuff like that. Okay, if the fog, it sounds like the whole show is a bunch of fog. But the fog, they only pump it out sometimes. Some songs have fog in them and some songs don't have fog in them. I don't know who decides that, but there's probably a website you can go to. www.fogsong. But anyway, if the fog drifts off of the stage over onto you in the audience, just act normal. Like. It's like that. Just act like you would if you was over at somebody's house and their dog started doing stuff. And don't hit at the fog. That just excites it. And breathe normal. Don't hold your breath. It's just some stuff we got from Saudi Arabia. And they're our friends. Okay, y'all squared away on the fog? All right. Exiting. Just, you can do it anytime you want to, even during the fog if you want. But there's doors on the bottoms of the walls. And those lead to the outside. And if there's not a door there, do not exit. Also, this is not on the announcements, but I think it's be good for you to think about the fact that there's a post down the middle of each double door. Y'all look at it, memorize it. Because a lot of people, don't realize that's there until the last minute. And if they hit it hard enough, it'll be another minute before they realize what they've done. That post is a part of the building. That's not a breakaway deal. And this building was built back before the government, really cared about stupid people. So there's a lot of traps like that. Okay. All right. If anybody's costume flies off during the show, it is just an accident. And this is not on TV, so you're going to have to blur it yourself. Just get some chapstick, just rub it on there.
I can't explain the stuff I think about. I don't know. Oh, I have an idea for something that might be on TV. I have an idea for Taco Bell. This might be a commercial. Can I do this? Please, just take a second. All right, this is an idea I got when I realized that they had fired that dog. Remember the Taco Bell dog? I thought he was awesome. And they fired him. I don't know what he did, but so I thought bongos would be good instead of a chihuahua because they're Mexican, sorta. And Taco Bell is Mexican, sorta. So two sortas might make a whole Mexican. But this is just like if we really did it, it'd be an orchestra, like a whole orchestra doing it. This is just me now, but and a friend of mine has a recording studio in his walk-in closet.
Cheap as well.
comer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Esta. ¿Qué es eso?
Somebody's stool is squeaking. I heard it. Somebody. I heard it. Somebody's stool was squeaking. Let's do it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay, the show is going to have to stop now. It's raining. And this roof is not good. So they didn't want to take a chance on the stage getting wet and somebody slipping. So we'll just sit here and listen to the rain and marvel at it. Okay, it's over.